Welcome everyone to the Watchlist, your virtual weekly TV guide right here on the Latin Nerds Network, where they go over all the shows, documentaries, films released on streaming over the past week. Give you best recommendations or non-recommendations as the case may be, and of course at the end of the show, letting you know what's coming out over the next few weeks so you too can create your very own watch list. Joining as always is Senor Jaime, aka Chewy, what it is, what it was, what it shall be.
What's going on, brother? What it is my son finally graduates. Rent is due.
First run is due. Yeah, go be a dog catcher.
Something like that.
Something like that. It's not the only one is graduating. You're forgetting one other important individual in your life.
Well, that's another week, so we have one more show to get to that one.
Oh, fair enough. Two graduations within 2 weeks, man. Jesus. In life, grand. Very happy times, and I hate to bring those times down with yet
Mm.
in memoriam. Before we get started here, recognize some very unexpected passing in the world of Hollywood. That's, of course, the deaths of one Seth Rogen, Kumail Nanjiani, Craig Robinson, of course, the two big MCs, MacGruber and
Don't
McLovin.
forget, dude, MacGruber and
Yeah, so I
McLovin,
just
dude.
said that, MacGruber and McLovin,
Uh,
of course, who all went the way of the dodo as a result of Homelander and Soldier Boy, unfortunately. So very surprising, and they will be missed. So I just want to, at least pay my respects to those great individuals.
that was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah, great episode of The Boys, of course, season 5 wrapping up in a few weeks. But that said, our jokes aside, let's get to the stuff that came out the show this week. Not a big week, but we got I think 3 things only, so it's a very easy week this week. The first one is Widow's Bay on Apple Plus. This one here is kind of being described as a Stephen King-esque kind of story, I guess. We have a small island off the coast of whatever, New England somewhere, I guess, whatever. And the mayor there who is trying to drum up some tourism, get some money in there. Yeah, they got to eat. And of course, unfortunately, the town is potentially has some hauntings or there's some strange things going on, and people in the town, at least a couple of them, are trying to prevent this from going on as people may get hurt. Chewy, this dropped 2 episodes. Your thought on this one so far?
Um, Interesting. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's billed as a comedic horror, I think is
Yeah.
what I read.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like it. I mean, interesting. Like I said, I'm not big on horror and stuff, but like the first episode, reminded me of that movie. Was it The Mists? Or one movie that had something similar to that,
Okay. The fog. Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I mean, there's something fog related.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie about that, right?
Sure.
The second one had the haunted room, I guess, the clown. I mean, so like I said, interesting. I'm enjoying it. I'm not sure this is for everybody because it's not haha funny and it's not too scary. So I don't know.
Yeah, this is what it was. Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
You're right. It's not it's an amusing show. I guess I would say go as far as to say it's funny. The horror elements. I like what happened in the second episode to some degree, but
So
still,
yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
really commit to one or the other. I say, right? It's very hard to juggle horror and comedy. It's not done very often. It's not done well very often, for sure. This is a unique show. I'm still on board just to see where this goes, to see if it kind of leans in more into the horror aspect of it, which I think it should and it could. So I'm kind of on the fence, and I know it's not a great recommendation, but honestly, Apple's got a lot better shows than this. It's not a bad show. It's just like, you're right, it's not for everybody. But if you're a horror fan, I'm not sure this is for you either.
No, I mean,
Right?
if you're straight up horror, this is not your cup of
Right.
tea because it's
not
not really
exactly.
horror, right?
No,
Not like it's not The Conjuring.
no, of course, nothing like that. No.
It's not whatever horror, Nightmare on Elm Street, whatever it is. I don't see that many horror movies to begin with,
I mean, it's not
but
even
it's not that.
what's this guy's name? With like Midnight Mass and all that stuff, or the Haunted Hill Mansion or whatever. I forget the exact names of those. Mike Flanagan. There you go. Yeah, so it's I'm in between this one. I'll keep up for a couple episodes to see if it maybe develops into that. Maybe I need that third episode. I think maybe. I'm hoping the third
We'll
one
see.
kind of clicks. Next one, we'll go to House of Spirits on Prime. This one is a Spanish show. A lot of notables, if you're familiar with Spanish TV and all that, from all over the world. They're based off, I guess, a book, popular book, I guess. I never heard of it, to be honest with you, but whatever.
I did it, but I looked it
Yeah.
up. It was
Okay.
written 1982.
Yeah, I looked it up. I wasn't
Uh,
aware until the show was coming
yeah,
out, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's billed as fantasy realism, I guess, in that vein of the genre of books or writing.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, and I know it's not any one particular country, but I think there's enough similarities or to certain events that stuff that happened in Chile, right? But they don't really say this is Colombia, this is Brazil. It's just South America, somewhere in South
So in
America,
South America,
where
right? I guess
pick
it's
your
it's
place.
a multi-generational story. I guess it's a young girl in the
Yes.
beginning
Mm-hmm.
finds the right diaries of, I guess, her grandmother
Mm-hmm.
who was clairvoyant. I guess I guess some telekinetic abilities, I guess, to a certain degree. And it's you tell us she's telling her story as she's reading it and all that stuff, and the granddaughter may have some of the same abilities as well. Um, yeah, 3 episodes dropped on this one, which is interesting because Prime normally doesn't do that unless it's an established show for the most part. This is one I'm on the fence as well, to be honest with you. Interesting story, and I think there's a lot here to mine. It's well done. It's sometimes a little soap opera-ish, not all the time. Sometimes. I'm not really getting into it. I thought it was going. The supernatural elements aren't as there as I thought it was. We kind of build in the trailer and all that stuff in terms of that. So I got a little Widow's Bay on this one for me. Um, but it's fine, I guess. If I heard it follows the book really well, so if you're familiar with the book and all that, you might be more pleased than those who are not. So that's kind of where I stand on this one, Chewy.
No, I like it. I mean, I see this more as just a straight up drama than anything else, right? I mean, it's
Yeah, it's the drama.
kind of like the other one I did from the Colombian art, the Netflix that actually, uh, the
Oh,
one that came out. It was a one parter that came out 2 seconds. Was supposed to come out this year. I can't remember the name of it, but
yeah,
it's based on Nobel laureate winning author and book,
mhm.
and it had that same that fantasy realism genre, right? Which that was really liked a lot.
Yeah. That was a
Waiting
lot
for
better
part
than this.
two.
Yeah, by far.
And this one, I mean, so this is, like I said, this is what kind of I expected, and I'm enjoying it, right? And my wife's really enjoying it a lot as well. So, see, I'm not sure, who the right audience is. I didn't read the book, but I'm enjoying watching the story develop, right? Because it does take place over, I don't know, 40, 50, 60, 70 years
Yeah,
roughly,
I
right?
guess.
And
Yeah.
but they started from 1924 and then they're progressing. As she tells her stories as she reads the diary. So like I said, I'm enjoying it. So
I mean, some cool elements to it. Like I said, it's not a bad show. I just one of those like, I'm not really sure what it is yet. You know. But yeah, listen. Again, if I think you're a fan of the books, I think you're probably gonna enjoy it for sure. From
all
what I
right.
understand. This last one here is Man on Fire on Netflix, dropping its 7 episode run. Yaya Matif, I forget his full name. I always forget his full name. We'll call him Wonder Man because he is Wonder. Of course, the
That's
present role
true.
of John Creasy, of course. Those it actually was a book back in the day. I never really read it, but obviously the movie with Denzel Washington. Of course, Yaya plays. He's John Creasy is a special forces, and he had some event that caused PTSD, and he's kind of on his own. And one of his good friends brings him in on a job. He's kind of a freelance guy in terms of help somewhere in Brazil. And they get the whole family, his family get blown up. The daughter remains. Now he's left there to protect her and find out who did what, so he can bring up the comeuppance to those responsible, of course. Chew, your thoughts on this one? I'll let you go first on this. I have my thoughts on this.
Well, I mean, I'm disappointed they gave me a little bait and switch, but that's okay. Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We love Bobby Cannavale, man. Come on, man. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
But I never saw the movie, so I can't compare it to the movie. I mean, that might be a good thing because I'm getting the. I mean, I'm just guessing, but I don't think it's as good as the movie is or was with Denzel Washington. Uh, I remember the trailers for that movie. I never saw it. This one, I'm getting. I mean, it's not bad, but there's just something. I don't know. Maybe the action is a little cheesy. I could ignore that, but I'm still watching and still kind of enjoying it. But there's just something that's like maybe it's not placed right. I just don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, I've seen the movie, and I love the movie, and this is not that. To be fair, the story is pretty different. I mean, like John Casey character, the special agent, that part is accurate, and it's the PTSD, and came in a different form, but it's there. But everything else is kind of different. With the first movie, of course, he's protecting a young girl. He can't get any gigs, and of course, the great Christopher Walken. Um, kind of hires him to protect his little girl. She gets kidnapped, and all hell breaks loose.
Okay,
Cause,
okay,
yeah, because
yeah,
he,
all
he
right.
he ain't having it. And it's gritty, it's dark, and this is not what this show is, right? Um, it- yeah, I could not. It's not a bad show. It's very safe. Nothing really stands out at all. Not even Yaya, who I like, but he's just no Denzel. Let's just call it what it is. And Denzel, he owned that role. Man, it was so good. That movie is really good. And yeah, this one just falls short, honestly. And I think for you, not knowing what seeing the movie, you said it best. It's just it's okay. It's mediocre. Nothing stands out. It's not even as good as Reacher, which is kind of I can
Oh
compare it,
no, no,
kind of
not even
compare it to,
close to
right,
it.
right. Yeah, so
Not even close. At
you
least in that one, you know who that character is. You like him, and here I'm still trying to see. I'm not getting that feel where I pulling for him or the girl, whoever. Right? The I guess the villains are pretty generic.
generic. Yeah, we see.
I mean, they really don't. I mean, I've seen 3 episodes and I really know nothing about them. Like I have no idea, maybe
Yeah,
because it takes place in Brazil and it's political intrigue. Okay, but I mean, I don't know.
whatever. No, exactly. There's one where if you skip it, I get it. I love with the first one, with the movie anyway. Not the first. The movie was, they did a good job with Denzel and the Dakota Fanning who played the girl. The relationship, the first 45 minutes of the movie is just them two. Right? There's not a lot going on, but the relationship that they build is so good. So when the shit hits the fan, the motivation's there, and you understand it. And that really worked, and you just don't get any of that here, right? So yeah, I will probably say pass. What do you think, Chewy?
I mean, still, I think you have to spend time in any relationships to make us care about what's going to happen, what could potentially happen, right? If they did that, I think it'd be a much better show because you'd care, right? Knowing here they barely touched on it where they had one introduction to each other until as just stations, and obviously the love relationship with friends is not exposed at all. I mean, the
Yeah.
guy shows up, he's for a job, they know each other, but they really don't talk about it, right? And so if they'd have done some flashbacks, something to show a connection and develop the characters, this might have been a much better show.
Yeah,
I mean, they
agreed.
failed.
Yeah.
They failed miserably at that point.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I say pass for sure. Listen, if you're really interested, man, if you haven't seen the movie, I say watch the movie. The movie is really good, and it does a thousand times better what the show is trying to accomplish. So yeah, it's kind of disappointing because I'm a big fan of the property.
Yeah.
So that's it. I guess not the best week for sure. It was kind of a light week. But in the next couple weeks, it's a lot of stuff coming out. So let's get into it, Chewy. Starting
Well, just two.
yeah.
I thought we were gonna do 3 weeks because you're gonna be gone. And
Well, we're doing a show next week, so we can do the next. I'll recap the two
oh,
weeks after
okay, and
that.
add
Yeah,
another week because you'll be here for that one week. So
right,
yeah.
right, yeah, exactly. But we'll do 2 weeks for now, starting on the fourth. I'm
Well,
sorry.
actually, I mean, what's the opposite of in memoriam?
We got a resurrection.
I don't know resurrection. Well, I mean, they didn't die. Whatever, whatever. Scrubs renewed for another season, so
Oh,
that's a
yeah,
nice surprise.
we knew that was gonna happen. So
Well, no, we don't know what's gonna happen because we see all these reboots this last season, and that's it, right?
it's Scrubs. God damn! Of course they're bringing it back.
Dr. Cox.
Yeah, but that I'll push it. They're giving new season 2, so I'm happy to hear that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But yeah, yeah. So next week, starting tomorrow, actually on Monday, the 4th, is Lord of the Flies.
Mhm.
Of course, is a very popular book. I don't think they teach that in schools anymore. I don't think they did when we went.
I don't know if it's recommended reading.
I
Maybe.
don't know if it's now currently. It's been a while, but
Yeah.
that said, this is if you're familiar with Yellow Jackets, this is the kind of the original Yellow Jackets to some degree, right? But the boys who
Without the high school drama? Yes.
right take away the drama is the young boys who crash on an island, of no adults around, and kind of to tell how society will develop under those circumstances, if you will. So that comes out on a Mondays, kind of a
And it's a,
holiday
yeah, it's a
releases.
four-parter. It's a BBC
Yeah,
production, but it's a four-parter that's dropping on Netflix. So like I said, and they made this in a movie once or twice, I think. I'm not
yeah,
sure if it did too well, so maybe a
no,
four-part series can do it
yeah,
better justice. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. So it's a really good book. So we're looking forward to that. Coming back for a second season, it's Citadel, of course. Priyanka, I forget her last name. Damn.
Jonas.
Jonas,
Bianca
thank you.
Jonas.
Jonas, and of course, one of the Stark brothers, of course, Rob
Yeah.
Stark. And this one
Yeah.
is the second season, kind of a spy action
I,
thriller.
I, I was
You
I
know,
was surprised that this had a second season. To be honest with you, I didn't had no
yeah,
idea.
yeah. They did a spin off of this one that was whatever.
Yeah, the French spinoff and then an Indian one, right? I think as
Oh,
well.
that's right. Yeah. So this is
They
this
did
is
two
something that
spinoffs, right?
yeah.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, exactly. And I think is Stanley Tucci in this one? Yeah, I think Stanley Tucci in this one.
Yes,
Is in
he
this as
is. He
well.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this comes back for let's see. I guess first
What?
season was okay. It wasn't bad, but
Yeah.
hopefully make it a little better. On the 7th, we got Legends on Netflix. This was kind of a police procedure one. True on
British, actually
British.
based on I guess actual events.
Oh, it's a true story. Oh, I didn't know that.
Well,
Well,
it's
well, based
not
off
a
true
complete
events.
one-to-one port over, but it is based loosely based on actual events, at least the formation and the
Gotcha.
cases of this. So again, we get British. So I wouldn't call it a straight British police procedural. 'Cause I don't think that's what it's meant to be.
Okay, fair enough. On Peacock on the 7th, we get MIA. This is
Peacock?
a show about I guess a female drug dealer, whatever the case is. A family gets killed and she's out for revenge, something along those lines.
Not
Uh,
expecting many things. Short leash.
yeah, yeah, for sure. It's Peacock, so that's kind of par for the course. On Stars, for those who have Stars, on the 8th, we got Amadeus, of course,
Oh
based off
yes.
the great, of course, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's.
Hmm.
There was a fantastic movie back in '86, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh man, that movie!
Um,
I think that was our first foray into serious drama, and absolutely fell in love with that movie.
yeah, that movie's
Uh,
fantastic.
with movie Abraham,
That's right.
there's so many. There's so many great characters. Salieri. It was just such a well told movie. It was incredible.
Yeah,
Oscar
for sure.
winning on top of that. So
That's true. That is absolutely
I'm
true.
not sure if this is kind of based on the movie or just another interpretation. But I saw the trailer briefly. I was like, oh wow, it was a nice surprise. And had obviously the Amadeus character and the Salieri
Salieri. Yeah,
character.
I'm sure it's gonna
So
be something very similar, because that was a big part of
but
that.
but
That
but
yeah,
just to be clear, that the movie was complete fiction. Aside from the
of
title
course.
characters, the relationship and the events. Not the major events of his life, but this was not a biopic by any stretch. This was just
No, no.
a fictionalized interaction of two characters that probably didn't happen. But they might have met, but how they built that movie was utter fiction.
Yeah,
But it was still interesting with the music and stuff, and the relationship, and you could just take some a known person and make a fictionalized story around it. So I'm not sure if this is based
yeah.
on actual his life or more like the movie. We'll see.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah. So listen, I'm interested. So why not? And then on Apple, we got Unconditional. I think this is an Israeli show, right?
This
National
is
show.
an international Israeli show,
Okay.
so I'm not sure if it's like Tehran, which is
Tehran. That
that
was the
that
one.
spy thriller, or they even had some other ones before. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It's in English. Is And there's also some Russian because I saw the languages. So it's a multinational
Yeah. I
uh,
think.
type drama.
Yeah. I think the mom, her daughter gets arrested in Russia for selling drugs, something like that, and she's out trying to, save her,
Yes.
or whatever the case is, something like that. So built to be some kind of drama.
Mhm.
The following week, so this is a big week. On the 11th is the week it should not be a big week, so things are gonna fall just because of circumstances with the travels and stuff like that. But early on, we got on the 11th, we got Devil May Cry season 2 coming back, the
Mhm.
animated show. Really, I love the game, so I was happy to see that. And actually, did a pretty good job in the first season. I really liked it, and so this one, I'm hoping it continues that. They do really
Absolutely.
good with the anime shows for sure. On the 12th, we got the standalone film, The Punisher: One Last Kill. Of course, John
Hmm.
Barenthal reprising his role as the Punisher for those who are familiar with it. So
Yeah, because Daredevil
why not?
concludes this week, and then so we get a Punisher show the week after, right?
Yeah, I'm not
So,
sure if this is what timeline this fits in terms of the world of the MCU or whatever the case is, but you know,
well, I mean, this probably ties into Brand New Day because he's in that movie, and we've
I'm
seen
assuming
trailers
that
with
yeah,
it.
he's in it. Mhm.
So hopefully, it's somewhere between where it's going to punish with Daredevil post escape and where it picks up as Brand New Day.
That's what I'm thinking. But let's
But
see.
it looks really dark. It looks
Yeah,
really. I mean, I think it.
the way Punisher should look at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, absolutely. He's not a happy
Yeah,
guy.
exactly. It's not what the show is. So yeah, hopefully they do a good job with that. This is an album coming up on the 13th. We got Good Omens. I'll go as far as to say
The
season
conclusion.
3. The
The
conclusion. There you
conclusion.
go.
Yes.
Conclusion on I guess a 90-minute episode to
Yes.
that showed towards run its course. This is weird because it's been years since the last season. It's been a long time. I can't even remember the show that much, but we obviously we got what that was.
But it was a show we really liked a lot,
No, I
man.
like the show a lot. It's just been so long, and to finish it an hour
Neil
and a half.
Gaiman
Yeah,
was involved at some point. This is before some of the issues that came out of him. I don't know
of
what
course.
happened with Neil Gaiman. Right, he was doing a lot of stuff, and all of a sudden it just fell off the face of the earth. But the first 2 seasons I loved a lot. I really enjoyed the characters, the actors, and maybe this hopefully gives us a proper conclusion because they did it. I mean, they finished it, but they really did it right.
No, of
It's
course,
as
but
far as the book,
it's just
yeah.
one of the ones they're just trying to. It worries me because they're just trying to do it just to do it for the fans, and they don't. It's an hour and a half. It's weird. You usually don't get a conclusion like that in an hour and a half to 3 seasons or 2 seasons show. So let's see. On the 14th, we got Nemesis. This is from the producers of Power. For those who are familiar with that, I guess it's just gonna. I guess it's not a police procedure. It's not the right word. I guess maybe it is. But something along those lines. And then on the 14th, we got Welcome to Wrexham, season 4 again. Ryan Reynolds, a reality kind of show with this soccer team that
Mm-hmm.
he owns. Very cool show.
Wrexham.
Very cool show. On the 15th, we got Berlin, season 2 coming out. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, one of the main characters from Money Heist, La Casa de Papel. One of the most popular Spanish shows, of course, that crossed over the world, including the United States. Of course, we had that kind of was a prequel first season, which was enjoyable. I like the character. He's great. He's funny as hell. So second season to that. So why not? And then on the 15th, we got the documentary called The Crash. This is an interesting crash.
Yeah, it's
Documentary.
a 90
Yeah.
minute movie documentary.
Yeah,
Yes.
docu-film. Yeah, it's just I guess a story about a girl who, you know, purposefully, not purposefully. I guess what time will tell when we look
I
at
mean,
watch the
I'm
documentary.
pretty sure it was purposely.
Probably she had issues and she purposely rammed into a wall, maybe trying to kill herself. I don't know. And then two best friends, passengers died, but she lived. Fascinating. So yeah, this looks very interesting. I hope they do.
I mean, when you crash into a wall going at 100,
Oh no,
there ain't
listen,
no that ain't no accident, dude.
there's no accident. I mean, they want to. I mean, I don't know what. I'm not familiar with the stories. I don't know what her side of the story is. I'm kind of
No, no,
curious
no.
to
I
get,
like
get her
I said,
side.
but
Yeah.
that's why I'm interested because I want to see okay what's behind the
Right.
layers, what was going on. There's obviously a lot of text messages, interviews with
Mhm.
friends, and what was happening with her, and finding out what was really going on. That
Yeah.
showed that this wasn't an accident, but that she meant to kill him or just kill herself. I don't know.
Yeah, and I guess get what now, right? Like she messed up and what. So I'm very curious. It's a fascinating story. It really is. I'm really looking forward to that one a lot. And then on Paramount on the 15th to finish off that. So it's a lot of shows that week. Dutan. I don't know. Dutan
Dutton,
Ranch.
yeah, Dutton
Okay.
Ranch, yeah.
Dutton Ranch is I guess Yellowstone spinoff.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
Okay.
yeah, I think two of the main characters. Uh, I obviously I didn't say I never watched Yellowstone, and obviously by the time I heard about it, it was like too late to go back and watch 5, 6 seasons. There's some shows
Sure.
maybe if you
Sure.
have time. There's some that's like I just don't want to commit, right? But
It's a lot. Yeah.
yeah, I mean I saw all the prequels, 1883, 1913, which I really enjoyed, right?
Mhm.
So that was the prequels to Yellowstone. So this one's now post and involves them after they sold their ranch, moving to Texas, right? So it's kind of starting over there.
Spoiler
So
alert, dude.
that
Jeez. No,
was,
I'm just kidding.
it's in the trailer, dude.
I
I
know.
mean,
Yeah.
that's the premise of the story, right?
I know. I know.
They get up, move, and they go into Texas. So like, what do you want me to do, man?
Nah, it is what it is. Damn Paramount. Yeah. So like I said, so it's like 8, 9 shows that week. So some of them that's just not gonna get watched because I won't have the time next week. It is what it is. But again, we won't be here to talk about it in 2 weeks. But we are here next week to talk about the first batch of shows and all that, and then we'll give you an extra week or so what's coming out beyond that. But that said, again, we're here every Sunday letting you know what you should watch. As always, so